You weren't good enough. Not for that job, not for that girl, not for that opportunity. It's harsh, it's painful, it's the bitter pill of reality that you need to swallow if you ever want to break free from the mediocrity that's choking the life out of you. This is reality slapping you across the face. Wake up, because the clock is ticking and time is running out. Every second you waste feeling sorry for yourself is a second you're losing to someone who's hungrier, stronger, and more determined than you are. So you got rejected. Big deal. Welcome to the real world, where rejection is as common as breathing. You think the winners out there never faced rejection? You think the champions never got knocked down? You're wrong. They faced it head on, embraced it, learned from it, and came back stronger. They didn't cry about it. They didn't wallow in self-pity, and they sure as hell didn't make excuses. They looked themselves in the mirror and asked the hard questions. Why wasn't I good enough? What can I do better? How can I become the best? But here's where most people fall short. You can't handle the truth. You can't face the reality that you weren't good enough. You'd rather blame the system, blame others, blame anything but yourself. And that's why you stay stuck. That's why you stay mediocre. Because facing the truth is painful, it's ugly, and it's uncomfortable. But it's also necessary. You want to succeed? You want to rise above the rest? Then you need to embrace rejection. You need to understand that every time you're told you're not good enough, it's a chance to prove them wrong. It's a chance to show the world what you're really made of. Greatness isn't handed out. It's earned. It's fought for. It's bled for. And the path to greatness is paved with failure, rejection, and pain. Now, some of you might be thinking, but I tried my best. Well, your best wasn't good enough. And that's the reality. Trying isn't enough. Effort isn't enough. Results are what matter. If you're not getting the results you want, then you need to change your approach. You need to be better, faster, stronger. You need to outwork, outsmart, and outlast everyone else. Because the world doesn't care about your effort. It cares about your success. And success is measured in results, not attempts. Think about the people you admire, the people you look up to. They didn't get to where they are by being good enough. They got there by being exceptional, by pushing past their limits, by refusing to settle for mediocrity. They embraced every failure as a stepping stone to success. They faced rejection, they faced doubt, they faced obstacles that would crush the average person. But they kept going, they kept fighting, they kept improving. And that's what you need to do. Stop fearing rejection. Stop fearing failure. Embrace it. Learn from it. Use it as fuel to drive you forward. Because every time you get rejected, every time you fail, you have a choice. You can let it defeat you, let it break you, or you can let it make you stronger. You can let it sharpen you, harden you, and prepare you for the battles ahead. So the next time you're rejected, the next time you're told you're not good enough, don't run from it. Don't hide from it. Face it. Embrace it. Use it. Because rejection is a part of the process. It's a part of the journey. And it's a necessary step on the road to greatness. If you're not being rejected, you're not trying hard enough. You're not pushing yourself enough. You're not reaching high enough. And let's be real, most people won't make it. Most will continue to live in their bubble of mediocrity, too afraid to face the truth, too afraid to push past their comfort zone. But for those of you willing to embrace the harsh reality, for those willing to face rejection head on, for those willing to put in the blood, sweat, and tears needed to succeed, your time is now. Your moment is now. The world is waiting for you to rise up and prove that you are exceptional. Now take a moment and reflect. If you're ready to stop making excuses, if you're ready to rise above rejection and failure, hit that subscribe button. Because this journey isn't for everyone. It's for those who are ready to put in the work, ready to grind through the pain, ready to embrace rejection and keep moving forward. So I'll ask you again, what are you going to do? Are you going to let rejection define you, or are you going to let it refine you? The choice is yours. You can let rejection break you down, or you can let it build you up. You can let it remind you that you weren't good enough, or you can let it push you to become better, stronger, unstoppable. Rejection is the reality check you didn't know you needed. It's the wake-up call that separates the dreamers from the doers. It's the test that determines who's willing to fight for greatness and who's willing to settle for mediocrity. So, what's it going to be? Will you rise or will you fall? Will you keep pushing or will you give up? The world is watching, waiting to see if you've got what it takes. So don't let rejection be the end of your story. Let it be the beginning of your comeback. Because in the end, it's not about how many times you get knocked down. It's about how many times you get back up. It's about how many times you look rejection in the face and say, "Is that all you've got? Now tell me, what are you made of?"